Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Gyan Bhakti. We are currently exploring the scripture Mysticism of Srimad Bhagavatam, commentaries by my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda ji Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So yesterday we started the satsang on Jarasandha attacking Mathura, and today we will study the mystical meaning. Jarasandha, the story of Jarasandha's birth gives colorful insights into the mysticism of his personality in the scriptures. Jarasandha had been born of two different queens, each of whom gave birth to half an infant. Those two pieces of a child were thrown away by the despairing mothers, only to be found by a wandering demoness named Jara, who just for fun joined them together into one whole child. When the demoness brought the child to his father, the delighted king named the boy Jarasandha, or the one who put together by demoness Jara. Mystically, the two halves that were blended to form Jarasandha refer to Raga Dvesha, meaning attachment and hatred, like and dislike. These two are closely bound together in every human being, like two halves of the same personality. In order to attain God realization, an aspirant must overcome Raga Dvesha in a mature and artistic manner. There are two ways we can become free of Raga Dvesha. One is an immature way, by making our mind lifeless and abnormal, passive and bored, without any spirit at all. And the other one is through enlightenment. However, enlightenment is the highest attainment of human life, and we cannot just imitate it. It is attained by a persistent process of sadhana or spiritual discipline that blossoms into maturity when the time is right. Although Krishna could have destroyed Jarasandha during any of his attacks on Mathura, he chose to keep the demon alive because he served an important purpose. Krishna knew that as long as Jarasandha was alive, he would continue to attack, and in so doing would bring more and more of his demoniac army forward, only to be annihilated. In this way, Krishna's mission of rooting out unrighteousness would be greatly aided. Similarly, as Raga Dvesh continue to exist as we advance on the spiritual path, it serves the purpose of churning the unconscious and exposing hidden impressions of anger, hate and greed within us. The many attempts. Again and again we are able to notice these buried impressions and persistently eliminate them with the help of God within us. However, this exposing and eliminating process must go on for a long time before the roots of Raga Dvesha can be eliminated. In every battle, Krishna within us destroys thousands of ideas and thoughts that emanate from Raga Dvesha, gradually unburdening our unconscious. Again and again, the divinity in us mows down the various manifestations of likes and dislikes, while Jarasandha, that is the basis of Ragadvesh, continues to survive playing his role. Only when purity reaches its height can the roots of Ragadvesha be finally eliminated once and for all. Only when the time is right does Krishna finally destroy Jarasandha himself, as we will see later in this scripture. As these battles against the negative forces within us arise again and again, the positive forces within us remain intact. Rather, they become better and stronger with each victory. Kalayavan, mystically meaning, Kalayavan is the personification of fear, that demon. As you recall, in Raj Yoga, there are 5 kleshas or afflictions. They are called ignorance, avidya, egoism, attachment, rag, hatred, and dvesh, and fear of death, abhinivesh klesh, clinging to life. These are the basis of all types of fear. 5, so total 5. The basis of all our insecurities is the deep-seated belief, I am this body. Since the body is perishable, this belief breeds tremendous insecurity. We fear we will be lost. That klesha in Sanskrit is called abhinivesha. klesha, fear of death. Kalayavan symbolizes this affliction. Kalayavan fills our mind with countless radiations of negative feelings, and we cannot destroy them easily. So it is a task that requires time and patience. Muchukund. Muchukund, the sleeping king, represents the force generated by our virtuous karmas. That force is latent within us. It is hidden potency in the unconscious that becomes awakened as we advance on the spiritual path. Good karmas may be performed in two ways: sakamya karma and nishkamya karma. Sakamya implies that we do good actions with the expectation that after death we will be given a reward in the heavenly world. Working for heavenly enjoyment or even for the fruits of success in this life is sakamya karma. When we do good karmas without any expectation, with the spirit of dedicating it to God, that is nishkamya karma. So on the path of enlightenment, we are supposed to take the path of nishkamya karma, the selfless path. Muchukunda represents the spirit of sakamya karma. He was the performer of good deeds, but he did not have insight into the highest attainment, that is liberation. However, good karma prepares the mind for greater awareness. It gives a special sensitivity to the intellect and generates a potency which has the power to destroy the negativity in our personality. The moment that power of virtuous karma is awakened, the demon of fear and insecurity is burnt to ashes, as symbolized by the destruction of Kalayavan. When the intellect moves towards nishkamya karma, pure dedication to God occurs. That is the meaning. Dwarka. The creation of Dwarkapuri refers to the formation of Shubha Samskaras in our unconscious. Shubha Samskaras are pure impressions, impressions backed up by purity of heart. Shubha Samskaras become predominant as we are advancing on the spiritual path, and they are well protected by Krishna's strength. At this stage in our sadhana or spiritual discipline, we become more internalized and less agitated by raga dvesha, currents of love and hate. We are not constantly fighting with jarasandha, the blending of attachment and hatred. And pravarshana, Krishna's climbing the Paravarshana mountain, implies reaching that state of meditation that Raja Yoga calls Dharma Megha, the cloud of virtue. The impressions of deep meditation gather in our unconscious like a cloud, and from that cloud rains nectar, a mystical experience of joy and peace. It is from that mountain height that the spiritual aspiration in us escapes the clutches of raga and dvesha, attachment and hatred. This allows the unconscious to undergo profound transformation. So with this we conclude the satsanga for today, and we will continue this holy journey in tomorrow's satsanga. This is Swami Nikhilanand. Om Tat Sat.